We bring you the lunch edition of MBC News with me, Upile Kaisa. Our top stories. Vice President Dr. Jenansa urges councils to prioritize vulnerable groups in the ongoing lean season response program. Government resolves social cash transfer e-payment system challenges in Mzimba. And science and environmental journalists challenged to take a leading role in reshaping communication regarding climate change and the environment. And now the news in detail. Vice President Dr. Jenansa has urged councils to prioritize vulnerable groups like child-headed households, persons with albinism and the elderly in the ongoing lean season response program. Speaking in Mzimba in Nkata, Dr. Ansa said combined impacts of drought, rising living costs and economic challenges have pushed many households into severe food insecurity. George Muhango reports.
Speaking in Nkata and Mzimba districts, the Vice President, Dr. Jenny Ansa, said it is the wish of the current government to make sure that no Malawian dies of hunger, hence distributing the maize. Dr. Ansa therefore urged district councils to strengthen oversight mechanisms and ensure that vulnerable groups such as child-headed households, persons with albinism, and the elderly are prioritized. Meanwhile, the Vice President has called on people to avoid committing suicide whenever they have issues.
It's very sad and unfortunate that young people, both women and men, are resorting to suicide because they are desperate. They feel maybe they don't have anywhere to go, and they feel that the only way out of the problem is to kill themselves. But we know that this life is not the end. There's life after death. So depending on how you behave, if you take life, you have killed yourself. And I believe that the end is not good. They will end up in hell. So I am calling on all people that are desperate to have hope. You can see that with the new government, things have already started changing. Goods prices are going down. We are having fuel, and above all, there's that 5 billion kwacha to each constituency. This 5 billion kwacha, when it is used in the constituency, it will also create jobs.
On his part, Dodma Commissioner Wilson Morin said government is assisting 4 million Malawians following Malawi Vulnerability Assessment Committee findings confirming widespread hunger. On their part, Paramount Chief Mbero of Mzimba and Senior Chief Timbiri of Nkata have since commended government for their timely intervention, noting that hunger has become a growing challenge for many communities. George Nkandawire, MBC, Mzimba.
Contractual issues are said to have affected completion of construction works for the Mzuzu University Library. Vice Chancellor of the University, Walls Singini, told members of the Parliamentary Committee on Education when they inspected the project. Meanwhile, the committee has challenged stakeholders to ensure that the construction works resume before end January next year. Musa Secheo reports.
As part of its duties, Parliamentary Committee responsible for education inspected some projects, including the progress in the construction works of Mzuzu University Library. The visit comes as the project continues taking time to be completed, with about 3 years beyond the deadline. Upon the visit, the situation did not impress the committee. In narrating the challenges, this is what the University Vice Chancellor, Wells Singini, told the committee.
What has delayed the works at the library are contractual issues. It's not financing. Yeah, we had the issues to sort out in terms of contract for both the contractor and the consultant. Their contracts ended. We had to review, to reassess, to reevaluate the remaining works. So based on that, we had also to seek clearance from PPDA. Clearance in terms of time and cost extension. And I want to assure you that as of today, we have already received one clearance to engage a new consultant. So we have a new consultant in place. It means works will have to resume.
In reaction, the committee chairperson, Mutani Tambara, challenged the players to expedite the works.
The project will start again soon. Everything with the PBDA, they've cleared that, and they're starting the project very soon. There's already funds lying there for that project. So if it starts, say, next month, that means it will complete. Funds are already there. It is only the paperwork that needs to be done with the consultant, and the project will start.
Once completed, the project is expected to ease students' challenges on access to learning resources. Musase Cheo, MPC News, Mzuzu.
Nkosi Kampingo Sivande of Mzimba says the e-payment system of the social cash transfer program to ultra-poor and labor-constrained households in his area is enhancing security and the culture of saving among beneficiary households. The traditional leader was speaking at Eswazini in the district when officials from Belwa District Council and the service provider dispersed funds to some of the 185 beneficiaries in the area who have been unable to access the funds due to the Kaku Pay mobile payment system challenges. Chimwemwe Medulu reports.
Some of the beneficiaries of the social cash transfer program in the area of Nkosi Kampingo Siwande in Mzimba district, such as Tamara Nyirenda and Unit Mpande, have not been able to receive their money since government introduced the e-payment system in January this year due to the Kaku Pay mobile payment system challenges. Now that the system is up and running, the service provider is able to transfer the funds to the beneficiaries. Nkosi Kampingo Siwande says the beneficiary households will now be able to meet their basic needs, such as food, education needs for their children and wards, and farm inputs.
I've heard that most of them have gotten even some of the areas, so it shows that this money will help them to alleviate some of the challenges that they were meeting. So my message actually to the beneficiaries is to enhance them to utilize this money effectively and efficiently. Since we are running towards the rainy season, it will help to help them find food, find farm inputs.
Principal Gender Officer at Mberwa District Council, Shadrack Mingo, says the e-payment system is an effective way of safeguarding the funds.
Nzimba geographically is vast. When you call the beneficiaries to come at one place, some have traveled maybe 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers to be here. But this is a solution to this challenge because e-payment will just allow the beneficiaries to get their monies as they are sitting, as they are activating. They'll just get a message that the money is in their phone.
During this transfer period, Mberwa District Council is targeting over 17,000 households out of the 21,600 beneficiaries on roll in Mzimba North and South. With support from the European Union and other development partners, Government of Malawi rolled out the social cash transfer program as one of the national safety nets to ultra-poor households across the country. Chimwemwe Milulu, MBC News Mzimba.
Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Ben Piri has appealed to individuals and organizations of goodwill to heed President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika's call to assist hunger-affected households during the lean period. Piri made remarks at Satioma Ground in Tiolo during the distribution of relief food packs to 1,000 households from Tiolo by Muslim Disaster Relief Aid, a consortium of 10 Muslim local and international charity organizations assisting hunger-stricken households in Malawi. Chisomo Break reports.
The minister stated that the food situation on the ground is dire and it needs a collective approach to reach out to all the affected households across the country.
The biggest resource that we have are people, and when people are suffering, they can contribute positively to the economies of different companies and indeed the economy of a country. When we aid people like these ones, then they become productive. So I'm calling on all of them to really respond to the President's call of calling all different individuals and organizations to get together and assist the government in helping the people.
Muslim Disaster Relief Aid Communications Director Ibrahim Omar said they are mobilizing 1 billion kwacha to reach out to 15,000 households with relief assistance across the country.
The team of Madra was formed under the plea of the president, where a lot of people in Malawi are facing starvation. As we know, the reports which have recently been released, over 4 million people in Malawi are facing starvation. So Madra, which is Muslim Relief Aid Malawi, Muslim Disaster Relief Aid Malawi, has come onto the ground in collaboration with a lot of NGOs such as Al Mahmoud, LMJ, Bilal Trust, MYU, Ashraful Aid, Drop of Compassion, and many more organizations who have come in under the Muslim body to make sure that all our Malawian brothers and sisters in need are helped during the time.
Each household has received a food pack containing 20 kg of maize flour, cooking oil, beans, soya pieces, and salt. The same gesture has been extended to households affected by hunger in Mulanje district. Chisomo Break, MBC News, Cholo.
You are watching the lunch edition of MBC News. A reminder of our headlines. Vice President Dr. Jenansa urges councils to prioritize vulnerable groups in the ongoing lean season response program. Government resolves social cash transfer e-payment system challenges in Mzimba. And science and environmental journalists challenged to take a leading role in reshaping communication regarding climate change and the environment. Welcome back. A Christian charity, Design Outreach, has called on all non-government organizations in the country to support government in providing relief food to the 4 million Malawians facing hunger in the current lean period, saying the exercise is too huge for government alone. Regional Director for the organization, Beatrice Chisenga, made the call at Chiwamba in Senior Chief Chimotu, where the organization distributed 75 million kwacha worth of assorted food items. Isaac Jali has a report.
Design Outreach is a Christian non-profit making organization providing sustainable solutions to challenges facing Malawians, primarily in the sectors of water, sanitation and hygiene. However, following a recent report by the Malawi Vulnerability Assessment Committee, MVAC, that at least 4 million Malawians are food insecure, the organization raised 75 million kwacha from people of the United States of America to provide food to 700 households in the area of Senior Chief Chimotu in Lilongwe district. Regional Director for Design Outreach Malawi, Beatrice Chisenga, said the gesture is a direct response to government's appeal for support, and she challenged other organizations in the country to help government as the lean period is long while the need remains huge.
We are trying to follow the steps of Jesus, showing the gospel, showing the light of the road to the communities. The donation is worth $40,000, which is about 75 million Malawian kwacha, and we are targeting 700 households, and each of the 700 households here in Chiwamba is going to receive 20 kg maize flour, 1 kg beans, and 10 pieces of soya pieces, and one bottle of cooking oil, and 1 kg of salt, and also of course the 100 Bibles for 100 church leaders, and also some gospel booklets as well.
Anganile Kalonga is the district disaster officer for Lilongwe district, and while commending the organization, she appeals for more relief food, saying in Lilongwe over 106,000 households face acute food shortage.
Lilongwe district has been affected with over 100,000 households that have been affected by issues of food insecurity, looking over all the 27 TAs within the district. So these households are receiving relief assistance for 3 months from the government. Currently, right now, as a district, we are providing, we have started the provision of the relief assistance to the households. And these households are receiving from December, January to February.
A recent Malawi Vulnerability Assessment Committee report confirmed that 4 million Malawians face hunger during the current lean period, hence the need for 200,000 metric tons of maize to support families until the next harvest. Isaac Jali, MBC, Lilongwe.
Board chairperson for the Mlahwa Lomwe, Muchana Kwayempuluka, has urged leaders of cultural heritage groups in the country to support traditional leaders, describing them as crucial in attaining the country's development aspirations. Mpulukamete Colin Zomba during a Lomwe ceremony marking new identification of Chief Akuchisanga as a legitimate traditional leader. James Kachepa with the full story.
The ceremony, which happened under Lomwe tradition, attracted presence of the Secretary to the Government, Justin Saidi, Mulakwa Lomwe member of Board of Trustees, Felix Damblas, and Mojana Kwaye Mpuluka, who is the board chairperson for the cultural grouping. In his remarks, this is part of what Mpuluka said.
A question of culture, and they are also people that are supposed to work with government in order that our people should benefit from the development. You understand, chiefs play a very big role in our development. They encourage people to take part in all developmental issues, including works to do with the lords and everything.
Echoing the board chairperson is the group of village Mindano, who urged all traditional leaders to support the TPP-led government in developing the country.
I am appealing to all traditional chiefs across the country to join hands and support the ruling government and its visionary leadership. Even people here are happy with the current leadership, so it is important as a chief to work with the ruling government because it helps a lot in making sure that people benefit from the government plans and also in achieving national goals.
Lomwe traditional dances, food and attire are some of the things which spiced up the event of marking a new chapter of identifying the Chief Akuchisanga as a legitimate traditional leader, which took place at Mikui Prison Ground in the Traditional Authority Mwambo in Zomba. James Kachepa, MPC News.
1,500 families that have been affected by hunger in Nsanje will have all the reasons to celebrate this festive season following cash donations from the Malawi Red Cross Society. The initiative is a response to the Malawi Vulnerability Assessment Report, which indicates that over 4 million people are food insecure in the country. Simeon Boyce with details in this report.
These are some of the beneficiaries who are receiving 90,000 kwacha cash every household in the area of Traditional Authority Chimombo in Nsanje. Speaking during the distribution exercise at Kanjedza and Matundu primary schools in the area, Malawi Red Cross Society Emergency Operations Coordinator Louis Tobe Solomoni says they embarked on the initiative to ensure that no one dies of hunger.
So Malawi Red Cross sought funding from partners, especially International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, IFRC, but also Danish Red Cross. So we mobilized about 2.4 billion Malawi kwacha to support 4,300 households in Blantyre, Chikwawa and Nsanje. So in Nsanje we are targeting TH Mombo with about 1,462 households, and partially TH Nyachigata, where we are targeting around 38 households. In total we have 1,500. That translates to about 7,500 people. But in Nsanje alone, there are about 26,000 households that are food insecure. So this is just part of the support that Red Cross is contributing to make sure that people are actually supported this period.
One of the beneficiaries, Chris Tito, commended Red Cross Society of Malawi for the assistance, which she said will help her buy food and a mat. Malawi Red Cross Society says it has devised a way that will monitor corruption and ensuring that the cash donations are being used for the intended purposes. Simeon Boyce, MBC News, Nsanje.
Science and environmental journalists have been challenged to take a leading role in reshaping how climate change and environmental issues are communicated, with calls for clear people-centered reporting that can drive action and promote sustainable solutions. Head of Renewable Energy at Mzuzu University, Crispin Gogoda, made the appeal in Lilongwe when he presided over the annual Congress for the Association of Environmental Journalists. Jinjin Samba with the details.
Science and environmental journalists from across Malawi have been urged to take a leading role in driving climate action by producing clear, engaging and impactful stories. Speaking at the 2025 Association of Environmental Journalists Malawi annual general meeting, Mzuzu University's head of renewable energy, Crispin Gogoda, said journalists must simplify complex climate issues so that all citizens can understand and engage with them. He noted the media's key role in promoting clean energy, emphasizing that informed reporting can raise awareness of sustainable options such as solar, wind and hydropower.
We've been able to provide trainings for people like journalists, people in offices, civil society organizations and many other players, because energy issues are multi-sectoral. It's not one dimension, it's not just technical issues. We also have got social dimensions associated with energy. For example, when you look at issues to do with adoption to clean cooking, you're going to see that one of the major challenges is the human aspect, maybe say behavioral change affecting adoption levels.
Former AEJ president and Malawi's 2063 environmental sustainability champion Matthews Malata said journalists have the power to drive climate action and respond to the triple planetary crisis of climate change, biodiversity loss and pollution. Malata called for innovative and people-centered reporting, urging journalists to place communities at the heart of their stories while exploring new ways to support impactful journalism. AEJ Malawi President Titus Lindsay thanked the Civil Society Network on Climate Change, CISONEC, and the Center for Environmental Policy and Advocacy, CEPA, for supporting the AGM, saying their contribution will strengthen science and environmental journalism in the country.
We expect our members to engage an extra gear because you have learned a lot from our experts. We had the energy experts, land and the environmental experts. It's my expectation and my hope and the hope of the association that our members will put that knowledge into full use so that it benefits the local Malawians.
The meeting brought together more than 60 journalists from different media houses under the theme Youth Inclusivity in Advancing Scientific Understanding in Combating Climate Change and Environmental Depredation. Jean Chinsamba, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Nico Asset Managers Limited has reaffirmed its commitment to nurturing critical thinking among young people by continuing its sponsorship of the National Schools Chess League. Head of Portfolio and Development Management for the company, Timosime Msimuko, made the remarks at Mzuzu International Academy during the 2025 National Schools Chess League finals. Rodoviko Nyirenda reports.
Nico Asset Managers Limited, Head of Portfolio and Development Management, Timosime Msimuko, said the sponsorship goes beyond chess as it also promotes financial literacy, enabling learners to plan, think critically, and make informed decisions for their future.
As a financial institution, we would like to ensure that there's financial literacy, that everybody in Malawi understands the importance of planning, thinking ahead, taking the right steps so that you can achieve what you want to achieve in future. Our motto is invest today for tomorrow. So we want to ensure that from a young age, we prepare children that are going to grow up as very strong leaders that are able to think critically, and that way they'll be able to develop the economy.
In the girls category, St. Anthony Secondary School emerged champions, receiving gold medals, dictionaries, smartphones, and chess sets, while Rubaira Secondary School also emerged winners in boys categories and received similar prizes. Atsigana Paulendo came out as runners-up in girls category, while in boys category, Masongola Secondary Schools claimed second position, walking away with the silver medals, dictionaries, smartwatches, and chess sets. Vice President of the Chess Association of Malawi, Chesam Francis Kadzura, praised Nico Asset Managers Limited, describing the sponsorship as a major milestone in the development of chess in Malawi.
Expect explosive. I know we trust, we are always aiming high. We began with 210 participants, up to 400 participants, we expect 1,000 participants, and that's why NICO asset managers are our proud sponsors for the development of the youth in Malawi.
Meanwhile, President of the Malawi Secondary Schools Association, MASA, Blackson Malamula, has urged schools across the country to take sporting rules seriously to promote discipline and fairness. The finals marked the third consecutive year that NICO Asset Managers Limited has been sponsoring the National Schools Chess League in Malawi. Rudovico Nyirenda, MBC News, Muzuzu.
Well, that item concludes this edition of MBC News. A reminder of our top stories before we leave. Vice President Dr. Jenansa urges councils to prioritize vulnerable groups in the ongoing lean season response program. Government resolves social cash transfer e-payment system challenges in Mzimba. And science and environmental journalists challenged to take a leading role in reshaping communication regarding climate change and the environment. Visit our digital platforms by scanning the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen, or get the latest news by subscribing to SMS services by dialing *364#. You are with me, Opile Kaisa. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.